Now, if you've seen the title of this video, you already know what this is about. These are not lessons that I've never known. These are not lessons that I just learned. They're lessons that I had to learn the hard way, but recently I'd forgotten them. And when thinking about the lessons that I need to remember to rehearse, I decided, why not share that for other people, and hopefully it's insightful for you too. Now, the first lesson is that health is the foundation. Now, there was a period of time when I said health doesn't really matter. I stopped working out, I stopped exercising, I stopped taking care of my body. And I said it doesn't really matter, right? I'm staying up late. I'm just focusing on a mental pursuit. But I started to feel so trapped. I started to hate waking up every single day. I started to not like my life. I started to look at my physique, I started looking at my body in the mirror, and hate what I saw. I started to gain bits of fat around my love handles. I started to not look at myself the same way I used to. Without working on your physical strength, your mental strength will deteriorate. Now, if your excuse to not working on your health, to not working out, is that you don't have the time, I had the same problem, and for a long time I used that as my excuse. Hey, I can't go to the gym. Then I found a way to work out from home. I started using gymnastic rings, probably the most versatile exercise equipment that I've ever found. I was able to build the physique that I have now. I was able to see my muscles blow up without ever using a single weight. If you want to learn exactly how I did that, check out the first link in the description and I can help you there. The second lesson that I'd forgotten is that your mind is your sanctuary. So many people live their life searching for pleasure. They live their life scrolling on TikTok or watching TV, hanging out with friends that are not good for them, doing drugs, all kinds of things. People live their lives like that, always seeking pleasure. They never want to accept who they are right now. They never want to be away from entertainment. They never want to just look at their own life because it's painful. It's hard to look at your own life. It's hard to be you, that's it. But that's what you need to do if you want to experience the real joy. Because you cannot experience true happiness, true anything, without experiencing the other side. You cannot truly win unless you also have the potential to fail. The same way with happiness inside. You can never experience happiness if you're just seeking pleasure. They're not the same thing. You will find happiness when you look at your life and try to be a better person. Stop running away from yourself and sit in silence for some time. Now, the third lesson that I have is that you change your inputs and not your outputs. There were many times when I was playing sports where I would get so caught up on the score that I would let the score determine how I played. When we were up, I would play happier, I would play better. When we were down, I would kind of just give up. Do not let that into your head. The results should be detached from your progress. Because something a lot of people don't understand is that the results may be influenced by luck. There may be something else influencing your results. Instead, focus on what you're putting in. Focus on what you're doing. There were times when I didn't even look at the score, right? And I played so much better because I loved playing itself. The fourth lesson that I had to learn again is that the crab is always the loser. Now, what I mean by this is that there's this analogy called the crab in the bucket analogy. Basically, if you put a bunch of crabs in a bucket, one crab will try to get out of the bucket, but the other crabs will grab his legs and bring him down. Never be this person. And a lot of people think that you can only be pulled down from people who are under you, which is mostly true. But then there are also people who, maybe by luck, they got to the top, right? But they're still insecure, and so they still have to put other people down. They still have to say, no, you stay where you are. Anybody who pulls anybody else back is a loser. Be better than that. The greatest victory is to be so far ahead of someone in a race that you can literally say, hey, improve this when you're running. Do this when you're running. You want to help them. That shows that you are the farthest ahead. That is the ultimate victory, when you can help your opponents. Aspire to that. Not to pull other people down because you are insecure inside yourself. Now, the fifth lesson that I had to learn again was that you don't know jack. You don't know anything. Stop acting like you know more than you do. Stop being arrogant. Always allow others to show you how to do things. Stop telling everybody, hey, I know how to do this, because you might not completely understand. Always be a learner. Be a learner and you will achieve success. I promise you that. Consistently absorb, consistently be okay with being the apprentice. Just keep learning. You do that and I promise you, you will do well. The sixth lesson that I'd forgotten is that you should never be in no man's land. What do I mean by this? Never be in the middle ground. Never be the commentator. Never be the person who doesn't try. Be the person who gives his all, who gives everything, who commits, who has the chance of failing and has the chance of truly winning, right? Don't be the person who just tries to go a little bit, who tries to put the minimum effort, who backs out immediately. Don't be that person. You be that person, you become a commentator. You become the person outside the arena. But you will never have the glory that the people in the arena have. Because even if they fail, right? If they win, they get absolute glory. But even if they fail, their place will never be with the cold and timid souls that know neither victory nor defeat. Their place will never be with the commentators who sit outside and say, oh, he could have done better. They're not in the arena. They don't deserve respect. Don't be those people. Be the people who are actually there, who are committing, who are going 100% in anything that you do, right? Don't be in no man's land. Don't say, I'm going to try a little bit, then I'll see what happens. No, I'm fully going. If I'm going to do something, I'm 100% committing. Stick to your word. And the seventh lesson that I had to learn again is that you have to be honest with yourself. And this basically means you can't be inauthentic. You can't say, I'm going to do one thing and then do something else. Because the moment you say, I am this person, but today I don't really feel like it, you are a liar. You are a liar to your own mind. Do you want your own mind whispering to you, he can't do it. He's a liar. He's a liar. Don't let that into your head. When you say something, you do it, even when nobody's watching, when no one can hold you to it, even when there's not a soul who knows what you're doing. Behind closed doors, do the thing that is right. Now, I hope these lessons were insightful. They started from pretty shallow, not too deep, to getting really deep into who you are and the character that you want to have. I hope that you got something from this video, and I hope that you go out and conquer.